Hey everyone, hoping you're having a great day. Here to give you another daily Cup of Joe lesson. If you don't know, I release a daily podcast Monday through Friday that gives you daily lessons on how to improve your life. And so I'm about to get the Facebook Live going right now. But yeah, I've been doing the podcast since May, and I find it's very helpful in order to get you to better understand your life. And because basically for the since May, I've been writing about 1,500 words on these daily lessons and reflecting on what I've done from books, podcasts, or just interactions in general. And I feel after doing this exercise for about a year now, I really understand like who I need to be as a person. And then from there, I need to be who I want to be as a person. So I really feel like I have a lot of clarity about my life and like what I like, what my values are, what my principles are, what am I going to deal with, what I'm not going to deal with. And by putting this podcast, hopefully you don't have to read a book like The Count of Monte Cristo, which is like 1,200 words, or I just finished reading this book by this biography of John Boyd, who was a colonel in the Air Force, who changed the way the Marines do their on the ground maneuvering and everything in battles. So the idea is that I learn all these things so I can make better decisions. And that's what I see as an education is you get an education to gain wisdom so you can then develop better strategies for the decisions that you're going to make in your life. And today's lesson is really about you don't know what you don't know. And it's in the area of what you don't know that you don't know are where the real opportunities for success are. And that's why I read 36 books a year, because that's the average number a CEO reads every single year. So the CEO reads 36 books a year. I'm going to read 36 books a year. Tons of great lessons that I've learned over the last like 6 years of just constantly reading, learning material. I try to listen to a podcast while I'm working out at the gym or traveling. If I go on the train, listen to a podcast. I haven't driven a car since October, which I like. But like, if there's any opportunity to where I can listen to a podcast, then I listen to a podcast and just download these lessons to help me make better decisions with myself. And anytime I hear a great lesson, what I do is I put that into my Evernote. And if I look at my Evernote right now, in terms of blog posts, I have blog posts for the next like 200 days, and I'm constantly adding to it every single week. Not every single day, but like anytime I hear a good lesson, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. I should add that. Like today, what did I add? Today I added boldness is the beginning of action, but fortune controls how it ends. Which I'd like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So that's something I'm going to write about in the future. And another one is what do you live by? So that's something I got from this book. Was it the Jordan Peterson book, 12 Rules? Something like I forget the title, but it's a popular book. But like in life, there's things you know, the things you don't know, and the things you don't know that you don't know. And then, like I said, it's an area of what you don't know that you don't know are where the real opportunities for success are. And since I've been a financial planner for the last 5 years, like I tell people the things that they don't know and where they need to be successful. Like it might need like, hey, you're holding on to all this cash, you might want to do this with this, so it gives you better opportunities down the road. Or sometimes I sprinkle in like development coaching as well into my financial planning meetings where I just give you a lesson. Hey, are you thinking about this? Or have you considered this option over here? Like which one is the better option for you? But like I'm constantly trying to learn the things that I don't know so that when that situation comes up, I'm going to be prepared for it. I'm not going to be struggling. And so I was just watching a webinar with Damon John off Shark Tank, and he's like constantly throughout his life, he just constantly started something, he didn't know something, so like he got in a closing business, he didn't know legal structure, so that went away, and then from there he got the closing business with the legal structure, but he didn't know distribution, so that went, so then he had to start, so he kept doing all these things. So when you learn about those things you don't know, you don't make that mistake, you don't make 10 series of mistakes, you maybe make one or two, and then from there you're able to get to your destination faster. And that's what it is, like, it's helping you avoid bad decisions and help you get to the life that you really want to have. And that's why I spend so much time reading and trying to learn about those things that I don't know. And like Mahatma Gandhi once said, like, we should live life like we're going to die tomorrow, but learn like we're going to live forever. And most likely we're not going to die tomorrow, but what we should do is learn like we're going to live forever. Like I heard on a podcast that when someone graduates from college, they don't read another book, nonfiction book, for another 4 years, which is a long time. And the world is constantly changing, and you should be up to date on these things. You don't need to know information like what is happening this year. You need to know strategies. That is the key thing why I'm getting from all these books is strategies, so I can make better decisions. If you're just knowing information, then it's not really helpful in the long run. It might be helpful in a like trivia sense, or if you want Jeopardy, but you want to gain wisdom to develop better strategies so you make better decisions. And if you can make a lot of good decisions, then life is going to be okay. Life will be a lot better if you know what to do than not knowing what to do. And so that, like, it's like you got to know those things you don't know. Like there's plenty of things I don't know, but I'm going to constantly learn, and hopefully I'll just learn the basics. So then when that actually time comes, then I can like, oh, I need to look here, here, and here to get the right answer for this situation that I'm working on or this problem that I'm facing. And that's basically like if you just read 20 minutes a day, you'll read 36 books a year. It doesn't take that much effort. And then another thing I like to do is just have a book on my phone right here on my Kindle app. So like when I'm sitting down at a restaurant to go eat, or I'm in a situation where there's downtime, I could just open up the Amazon Kindle app and just start reading a couple pages. And if I just read a couple pages along with that, I'll definitely read my 36 books a year. And by knowing these things that I don't know, I was able to start my own financial planning business. Right now I'm living in Medellin, Colombia, learning Spanish. I'm living life on my own terms. You just learn a lot of things, and I'm able to help other people out with the information I have when it comes to financial planning or development coaching. And that's a big reason why I wrote this book, More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day. It just gives you over 39 different lessons. So if you've been following this for a while, I just give you tons of tips. Follow my podcast, Your Daily Cup of Joe, as well. I give you 5 minutes like, hey, these are things to think about. And then the idea is that you should write in your journal the lessons that you learned. Just like, hey, yesterday's podcast was about turning negative opportunities into positive outcomes for yourself. That's something I got from the book, The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. And like, you can turn shit into sugar if you have the right mindset and you know how to take advantage of opportunities. And so try to learn as much as you can. I'm always learning, and it also prevents you from being taken advantage of. Like when I was at my last firm and I realized, I could start my own firm. I don't have to give away 2/3 of what I make to this other company. And with technology today, it makes things a lot easier. I worked the same amount of time at my last company, but now I get a bigger share. And when you know about the things that you don't know, you don't get to take advantage of that in that way. So that's another thing that's powerful is having wisdom and knowledge, so you don't be taking advantage of situations. But you also like there's trade-offs between the two, between starting or sticking with another firm. There's trade-offs, and I felt like this was better fitted for my personality, starting my own thing. But like because I was constantly learning about becoming a financial advisor, it made me realize like, hey, now that I know about the things that I don't know about starting your own firm, this is not as bad. And I would not be here in Medellin, Colombia, learning Spanish right now if I just stopped learning. So yeah, I was able to quit my job at the Pentagon, which I didn't like, start my own business, like just keep learning and learning those things you don't know, and just constantly take action in the direction that you want to go towards, and life should be good. So that's basically it for today's lesson. There's things in life. In life, there's the things you know, the things you don't know, and the things you don't know, you don't know. And you want to figure out those things you don't know in your realm, in your personal realm of what you're responsible with. And to help you with that, definitely you can get a free audiobook of my free copy of my audiobook, More You Know, More You Grow, How to Get Better Every Day. So if you just go to growwithjoe.me/book, and from there you can download the free audiobook right there and just hear my voice for 4 hours about different things you should think about and when it comes to your life. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe, because Joe knows dough.